tous les sens interdits, j'entends tout ce qu'il faut, les vrais, les faux et les non-dits. Je suis une fille et je plante mes talons et puis en
How are you? Happy October. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Frequency Real Radio and your love reading for October. There's a general reading for October out there. Check that out if you guys haven't checked that out already. But my romance oracle deck finally came, so we are gonna do love readings, yay! And I'm gonna be experimenting with some different love, sexual, romantic decks, so I can see which ones I like best, and I'll probably switch up which ones I use for the readings. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not really gonna get into a whole lot about the spread. I'm gonna shuffle. I'm not gonna shuffle a whole heck of a lot, because the cards are new. They're shuffled, did a few readings, but they've got a lot of new energy on them, and I did put my energy on them as well. So I'm not going to shuffle a whole heck of a lot. I'm just taking them out of the box, and if I feel like I need to add any other cards, Rider-Waite cards, Lenormand, I have a new past life deck I might pull in. And, of course, we have the Tarot Oracle cards for the heart, which I probably won't use those because I use those for the general reading, or I have been. I did for October and a few months before. So, whatever I feel like we need, depending on what hits the table, what comes out in the romance deck, is what we'll pull. So I just want to say again, happy October to all you Pisces. I hope things are really, really going well for you in your life and in your love life. I feel like things are coming together for Pisces. Pisces, before we jump into the reading, the love reading, I feel like you guys can make magical things happen. That's just something I was thinking of before I came on here for Pisces. I feel like October is a time, like, I have a Pisces moon, so I really feel like I have a Cancer rising, Cancer sun, and a Pisces moon. So I feel most of the time, especially because the moon is such an important planet right next to the sun, that I'm half Pisces. I feel like I'm half Cancer, half Pisces, or maybe I'll say like half Cancer, 30% Pisces, and then 20% Virgo. I have a very, very strong Virgo in my chart. But overall, what I'm saying is I feel like I'm half Pisces, a lot of water. So I feel the Pisces energy a lot, all the time, every day. And I feel like Pisces is in a place where they can make magical things happen. It is an important place where you've been through some things. And I think Pisces is discovering, and this is from my own experience as well as other Pisces I know, and just what I've been feeling intuitively about Pisces. I feel like Pisces is becoming stronger in themselves, and you're really not believing the things that people have said about you, the things that people kind of try to tell you are. I don't really believe, you've been feeling those things. One second, one of my candles blew out. I got a whole bag of tea lights that are just like dropping out. So anyway, Pisces, I don't feel like you're really listening to others' opinions on who you are. I'm gonna break my glass table. And these discoveries don't go off on nobody, Pisces. I hope that's not what that was. I have a very heavy marble candle holder, and I just knocked it up against my glass table. But anyway, so Pisces, you really aren't believing the myths that people have been telling about you, and you're taking your self-confidence back. So I feel like Pisces is becoming confident in the self, and you're making magical things happen. You have the potential to make magic happen. It's just about what you're going to do with it, Pisces. So let's go ahead and jump into the love reading. I'm just going to shuffle the cards a few more times. Like I said, they're new, so it's going to take a lot of shuffling to break this deck in. So I'm not going to go overboard. I'm going to shuffle, and then I'm going to cut them, and then we'll see what we get for you guys for your October love scopes. Love projections, love energies, romantic energies, These are general readings for entertainment purposes. If it doesn't resonate with you, check out your moon and your rising sign, guys. And if you need something personal where I really can tap into your energy and give you something specifically for you, just email me at madamxhouseofcards@gmail.com or frequencyrealradio@gmail.com. And those addresses are below in the description box. So I had things popping cards, turning over, popping over. Like I said, these aren't broken out really well because they're new, but they feel good. So I'm just about done. I'm going to say I'm just about done shuffling these. 1 second, Pisces. I think maybe next month I'll try to come back on camera as I update my equipment and everything. It's just so much easier to record these in voice. But I do enjoy being on the camera, showing you guys the cards and everything like that. So you can kind of see the energy as well. But these kind of upload. They don't upload fast, but they upload faster than the videos. So that's why I've been doing the talking lately. All right, Pisces. So I'm just going to cut your cards and then we'll hop right into it. Okay. All right, Pisces, let's go. So the first card out the gate is Release Your Ex, Pisces. Reconciliation and Separation is the last card. So let's talk about what's on the table, Pisces. And what I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to do a Rider Waite to give me some energy on the separation. So I'm just going to shuffle these and then I'm going to pull one on this separation. I would do a Lenormand, but Lenormand, you got to pull more than one card. You kind of need to do like 2 or 3. So yeah, I think I am going to do Lenormand, guys, because that'll give us more of an idea of what's going on with the separation, especially after coming after the reconciliation card. So what I'm seeing, and then I'll lay those Lenormands and we'll talk about them. So what I'm seeing for you guys, for Pisces, you definitely are coming out of situations where you're truly getting over ex-partners and past things. So that's absolutely what the Release Your Ex card is saying to you. I mean, there really needs to be a clearing. And even looking at that card, I feel like that's what the separation card has a lot to do with. Just really separating from the past experiences as you... 1 second. Excuse me, I had to belch. As you take things in your current situation, as you reconcile things with yourself, with your spirit, with your mind, with your current partner, and in order to take the next steps in whatever you're currently involved in. Excuse me, I needed some water. In whatever you're currently involved in, even if you aren't involved with anybody. But for a lot of my Pisces, I see you are involved with somebody, but there is really a struggle, and I can just really attest to this being true. I mean, I already did a reading for myself with these cards, so I kind of know what's going on in my situation, but I have to tell you, I almost believe Release My Ex came out in one of them, but what I want to say with the Release Your Ex card, even though you're not with the person, whether they're still in your life, you still talk or you don't talk, the bonds that we have with people leave imprints on the soul. And just because someone's physical energy is no longer around, their physical presence, does not mean that person's imprint in your does not still echo in your soul. So you can find yourself, especially Pisces, when you don't want to face realities or you don't want to live in the here and now, and you kind of want to use escapism tactics. You can find that a lot of times, even though you're not with somebody, you really didn't release that energy or the grip or the hold that they have over your mental thoughts, and just things that have to do with, to tell you ways it manifests. It manifests in your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself. You know, you'll play back situations and words, and we really carry the traumas and the dramas that we have been through with people that we've been with into our future situations. So, Pisces, you just really want to release any negative things from the past that have to do with things that have bearings on your love life. So I feel like specifically this is maybe an ex, someone who hurt your feelings, or someone who just did not turn out to be who you thought they were. And then what that brings you to is reconciliation. Now this doesn't mean, sometimes we don't always get closure. Sometimes the reconciliation that we really have to do is within ourselves. We have to reconcile things to say, okay, well, I didn't get closure on this situation, but I have to move on. That is okay. I forgive this person, or I appreciate the experiences that I've had with this person. So whether that represents a reconciliation with the actual ex-partner or someone you're no longer with, or reconciliation about how you feel and where you stand with that relationship and the outcome, and then where you are presently in the direction and what you're going, that could really be what the reconciliation speaks to. And also, just because I'm talking to many different Pisces, not everyone's situation, no two people's situation is exactly the same. That reconciliation having to do with love relationships could also be friendships where there's a lot of love, or familial family relationships where there's a lot of love. Maybe you had a falling out and it's time for you to reconcile, kind of talk to a person. And as a Pisces moon, I could say there is some situations that speak of that in my life too, that don't have anything to do with like a love partner. But if there are some friendships, or there are some people, and it doesn't even have to be that there was a falling out. I mean, there could just be, I think, the summertime, there just has been a lot going on this year with the planetary placements, the energies, and the cycles we're going through. I think there was a lot of energy where maybe some friendships weren't on and popping like they usually are, or there was some separation or some time and things like that you put between yourself and other people. Just people were busy or things like that. So I feel like now could be a time where you're working out issues with the ex, and I'm not saying it's a get back together. I'm saying it's a reconciliation. It's a closure. It's putting the issues on the table so that there are no grudges and things like that. If it's not with the ex, it's with yourself. It's reconciling things with yourself to be at peace within your spirit, so that you can have as much happiness in your life and your current relationships as possible. Or it could be reconciliations with friends that you haven't talked to in a while, and things of that nature. So that's what I get with the reconciliation. And the separation card. The separation card, on the card, it says time from your partner is on the horizon. And that's what I was speaking to. I feel like Pisces are really going through things, like I said, with the exes. So that just speaks back to the separations, and it's just solidifying. So it doesn't necessarily mean if you're with somebody, you're gonna be separated, but it goes back to that first and that second card where it's talking about separation from your past, separation from past issues, separation from any negative energies, hurts, and pains that you have with people and with yourself, so that you can resolve those things. So a separation from negative energies is really what I see in that card. Now, for a small number of Pisces, I don't see any breakups in this card. You could even be with someone, have a current partner where there are no, it's not your ex or anything, but you could be with a current partner where you guys have some distance between you, and things of that nature, and there's some separation, but you've had some talks, there's been some reconciliations, you've come to some higher grounds, or some sort of understanding, but there is some distance between you. And what I have to really back that up, and I'm not going to go to the book because the book does list different combinations for the Lenormand deck, but what I like to do is kind of just read these how they come out. And if I feel like I had to go to the book or something like that, I will. And also, what I wanted to tell you guys, a little message I forgot to say at the beginning. I need to record another intro, but a lot of times after I do these readings, like I said, I hate when I'm behind like this month. Sorry, guys, because I don't like to do readings back to back. I like to get the energy for a sign, do the reading when I feel like it, do the reading when the energy kicks in, and then after the reading, give myself some time, because usually there's a lot more messages that come to me from the cards, from spirits, when the reading is over. So I think I'm going to start offering those to you guys for purchase, the extended readings, because I get a lot of different information a lot of times, especially when the videos are short, like 10 under 20 minutes. You know, I get additional information, and that may apply to some other Pisces or some other people that listen, not just Pisces, but all the signs I do in a general love whatever readings. Those other thoughts could apply to other people's situations, because I know there's a lot of the energy coming in from the different people who are watching the channel. So, you know, just, I forgot what I said that to say, but it's just to say, you know, different messages do come about. So with the separation, I feel like I did lay 3 Lenormand cards, and I got the number 10, the synth, the number 36, the cross, and the number 3, the boat. So like I said, with the separation card, it really, it's with the synth on it, the cross, and the boat. It means to me, like I said, there was some pain, there was some things that were going on with the separation. Because there's synth. The synth represents just some pain and some hurt. The synth is used to cut. So there was some things that were going on that caused the separation in the distance or whatever. Like I was saying with the separation card, could either pertain to your ex. So some things happened, maybe some things that kind of cut you, stabbed you in the back, or maybe for the Pisces who you're with someone, but there's some difference between that's really cutting and that's really hurting, because I know the Pisces, they want to be close to their partner. Pisces can be partner obsessed. You know, the water signs, once we get into relationships, it's like we're all in. So I can understand that distance could really put a hurting on those Pisces relationships. So then when you bring it to the cross, it's like suffering. It's the cross that you bear, and you're bearing this separation. So the separation is where the pain lies. And no matter what the reasons are for, whether it was an ex where they did something or you did something and it just hurts, and now you're bearing this pain, you're bearing this cross. And that's what we talked about. For the Pisces that I'm speaking to, where the situation is an ex, you have been carrying that pain. You have been carrying that cross. I don't care if you're telling people, if you're not telling people, if you're smiling like everything's fine. I'm talking about what you feel on the inside that nobody knows but you and your creator. So that's what I'm talking about. And that's what the cross represents, just that monkey on your back carrying that burden. But with the ship coming in, like I said, Pisces, I feel like you're getting control of the ship and you're steering it in the direction you want it to go in, and that's steering it away, separating away from these past hurts with the exes. And if this is because of a separation, because of work or just long distance relationships or just something that has it so that you and your partner cannot be together, that ship can also symbolize travel, coming to that person, getting together, and really closing this gap of separation so that you guys can see each other and ease some of the pain, make some of the reconciliations, and really renew the relationship and get back on the same page. So maybe you want to talk about kind of bridging the long distance gap, or some changes or a route you want to go to in the future, so that it can make you guys'